to hours per day. So this is one we shouldn't have any problems with. So minutes per day, because I know how many minutes are in an hour, so do you. There are 60 minutes in
Oh,
1
yeah.
hour. You're just dividing it to you're dividing here 83 divided by 60 to get that first answer there. Now it does say to round to 2 decimal places as needed. And that is 1.1.38 hours per day. And then we also want to know how many seconds this is. Don't know why, but that's what they want here. So for part B, you still start with the same. You always start with the given quantity, minutes per day. This time, though, we know that in 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. Minutes canceled minutes. And you're just multiplying 83 times 60 is 4,980 seconds per day like that. So 1.38 for the first one, 4,980 seconds per day. For the second one, make sure those units are what they're looking for.
Would that be 0.80 seconds a day? Right?
4,980 seconds,
Sorry,
yeah.
50? Okay. 490. 180. I got them wrong.
Okay.
0.38. I put 1.83, so that was my bad. But 49, is it 49.80 or is it 0.4980?
It's 4,980.
Yeah.
4,980. So no decimal in the second one.
So, never mind. Now I got it. I just put it in wrong.
All right, good job on that. All right, let's see if we can do this one here. Probably be okay. All right, so we're going to share screen here. Here we go. All right, so bicycle is traveling at 16 miles per hour, 16 miles per hour. And we want to know how many feet it will cover in 25 seconds. So first thing to do is to figure out how many we want to convert from miles to feet. So in 1 mile, there are 5,280 feet, like that. And that's per hour. So we want to convert the hours here to seconds. So 1 hour is 60 minutes, and 1 minute is 60 seconds, like that. So the hours canceled hours, the minutes canceled minutes. And so we're left with, well, how far will it cover in 25 seconds? Seconds cancel the seconds, and you're left with just the feet. So it's all about getting the units to kind of sync up there. So you multiply the top numbers, 16, 5,280, and 25, divide by the bottom there, which is 3,600. Did not hear what she said. It was just a tiny bit muffled. It's just round to the nearest
Oh,
10th as needed.
I think I missed something.
This is what I've got, and that's in
Okay.
feet.
I got that. So, Cool. All right, next question. We're almost done with this one. Then we can go on to chemistry, which is only one problem, and then we can start on that paperwork.
Okay, sounds good. Grab the snip here.
Eighty kilometers.
So this is a really similar question to the one we just did. So 80 kilometers per hour. And we want to know how many meters it will cover in 10 seconds. We're going to first focus on the kilometers, kilometers to meters. There are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. And then we want to convert that hours to seconds. So we know that in 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. And in one, sorry, 1 minute, there are 60 seconds, like that. Okay. And then we're going to multiply some, I'm sorry, we're going to multiply the hours, cancel the hours, the minutes cancel the minute, and then we multiply by 10 seconds. Those cancel as well, like that. So 80 times 1,000
What
times
what
one,
what would be under the 10 seconds? Would it just be nothing? Would it just be 10?
just one. Yeah, if you want. Um, all right, so it says round there is 10th again, so 222.2 meters is the final answer that I've got here. This one probably will be a problem because it's an ounces to um, pounds to ounces conversion. We can try it though. It won't take that long, but it might be another one of
Okay.
those where you gotta show your work to the instructor. All right, let me share my screen. All right, so we have 11.5 pounds per foot, and we need to convert pounds to ounces. So that's where I'm going to go to that sheet that you sent over. Uh, let's see here. We have pounds to grams, and then we can go grams to ounces. So we can say 1 pound is 453.59 grams. And then we know that go from grams to ounces, there are 28.35 grams in 1 ounce. And then we can see that pounds cancel with pounds and grams cancel with grams. So we want, uh, we know that there are, how many ounces? So we got the ounces part. Then we want to convert the feet now. So feet to inches, there are 12 inches in 1 foot, but you have 4 inches here. So that's where the 4 inches comes into play. Feet cancels feet, inches cancels inches. So the final answer is in ounces. Let's see if we can get this here rounded there is 10th as needed. 11.5 times 453.59. So that's going across the top here times the 4 divided by 28.35. All right, so I got 61.3 ounces.
You got it right. Next question.
Grab a snip of that. All right, the supermarket charges the following prices for different sizes of a particular brand of vegetable soup. So it's $1.25 for 16 ounces, $3.65 for a quart, which is less expensive per ounce. So we have to convert these. Well, the first one's pretty easy. It's $1.2925 for 16 ounces. So you just have to divide those. So if you divide those, 1.25 divided by 16, you get
0.078,
yeah,
1.5.
so maybe 0.08 per ounce. It's like, what do you round to?
Yeah.
You leave money two decimal places. For the quart, we need to go quart to ounces. So again, we're probably looking at that conversion sheet. 1 quart, this is where, so it's 3.65 for 1 quart. And then we know that 1 quart is 0.95 liters. And you're like, why is he going to this? Because we can't get there directly. So we got to go from liters to milliliters. 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And then there are 29.57 milliliters in 1 ounce. So big conversion here to figure this out. 3.65 times 0.95 times 1,000 divided by 29.57. That's not right. Okay, 365 for 1 quart. Oh, I put this in the wrong spot. All right, 1 quart is 0.95 liters. Sorry, I got this all got backwards, so that's why it's not working out. Let me backtrack here. So 1 quart, got to match it top to bottom to top. And then one, there are in 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. There are 29.57 milliliters in ounces per ounce. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is the correct conversion. 3.65 times 29.57 divided by the 0.95 and the 1,000 ends up being 0.11. So it's 0.11 per ounce. So the less expensive option is the 16 ounce. And then the difference is that it's 3 cents cheaper. So it's $sign 0.03 less per ounce. Oh, and you can't do it that way. It has to be, it says you got to put a 0 in front. 0.03.
Sorry, I got it wrong. You said dollar 0.03.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says I got it wrong. For the 16 ounces, right?
Recommend showing this conversion to your teacher and seeing what they have to say about that. You could maybe also
All right.
oh no, hang on a second. Um, so they want your answer rounded to 4 decimal places. That's the issue. Okay, let me work it out that way. Because that will change this a little bit. Okay, it's that minus 1.25 divided by 16. Okay, so it's 0.0355. See if that's any better there.
Nope, not right.
All right, well.
Yeah. Or would it be 0.4?
It says here, this problem is different than most money problems. It says to use more than two decimal places, round your answer to four decimal places, which normally it's two.
It
Uh,
says it's 0.0359.
okay. So that suggests they're using different conversion than we are. Maybe this is 29.6, which maybe this was a slightly different number. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Awesome. Yep. Next question.
how much will 6 kilometers of the wire cost? Okay, we can do this one because it's not a between units calculation. So it'll be okay. All right, let me share my screen here. So it's currently $3.64 per meter, and we're interested in 6 kilometers. So we got to go from meters to kilometers. So there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So the meters cancel with meters, and then we're multiplying by 6 kilometers. Kilometers cancel. So the only unit that is left over is the dollar sign. And so
Okay.
we got 3.64 times 1,000 times 6. So that's 21840.00. Says you have to enter the last two
Right.
digits.
So $21,840. Cool. Got that one right.
Let's take a look here. All right, the store is selling lemons, two for $1. Each lemon yields about 2 tablespoons of juice. How much will it cost to buy enough lemons to make a 9-inch lemon pie, requiring half a cup of lemon juice? Okay. Well, we're gonna do our best here. We want to make, we need 0.5 cups is what we're trying to get, and we want to know how much it's going to cost. So we need to go from cup to tablespoons. Now, does your thing have cup to tablespoons? Kind of, yeah. So it
That's
says
cups
one,
to 8 ounces.
yep, 8 ounces times. So ounces to tablespoons. Yeah, so there is 1 ounce and 2 tablespoons, TBSP per tablespoons. All right, so that gets us there. And then we know that 2 tablespoons of juice is in 1 lemon. That's from the given there. And then we know that 2 lemons cost $1. So you see the cups cancel with cups, ounces cancel with ounces, tablespoons cancel with tablespoon, lemons with lemons, leaving just that there for your final answer. You're going to multiply the top and then the bottom as well. So it looks like it's just exactly $2.
Ooh, would I not burn? Last question now.
Okay, let me grab a snip of this. I mean, for as many issues we had, your grade is getting pretty close to an A. Hopefully your teacher will just give you credit for the ones that we had issues with. So, all right. It is estimated the driver takes on average 1.5 seconds from seeing an obstacle to reacting by applying the brake or swerving. How far will a car traveling at 26 miles per hour travel in feet before the driver reacts? So what they're saying is like you're traveling at 26 miles per hour and you get 1.5 seconds of travel time before you hit the brakes. So you start with 26 miles in 1 hour. And we know that in 1 mile, we want to convert this to feet. There are 5,280 feet. And we know that in 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. Hours canceled hours. 1 minute is 60 seconds. Minutes canceled minute. And we're going for 1.5 seconds. So seconds cancel with seconds. You can see that the only unit left over is the feet. And that's what we care about here. We care about how many feet. So you multiply the top again, 26, 5,280, 1.5, divide by 60, divide by 60, round to the nearest tenth as needed. So I get 57.2 seconds. Sorry, feet, not seconds, feet. Feet are the units.
All right. Cool. Now I'm going to pull up my chemistry, that one problem that I have.
Sure.
Number five.
Which one are we working on?
Number five.
Number 5. Okay. All right, let me grab a snip of this. One of the probably the challenges, they just give you a lot of numbers and you don't even know which one to start with when you're working
Yeah.
this out. So,
That's
so
why
it
you
says
have to
the
find the given or whatever, right?
yes. So it says the American Heart Association recommends for every 1,000 dietary calories consumed, the sodium intake should not exceed the daily limit of 3,300 milligrams for an adult. What is the yearly limit on sodium intake in pounds? Okay, so is this the answer?
Yeah. So that's the answer that we had gotten. We got two different ones. That's the one that I believe she pulled off of the internet because the other one that we had gotten was wrong, but she still didn't really know how to do the answer or the problem.
Talking about
So
the teacher didn't know or someone else you worked with?
the The tutor who's in the classroom didn't know. It was also hard for her, and we were
I
like,
see.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so one thing we're missing here is we don't know um well, it could be an issue, but what we don't know is like how many calories a person's supposed to assume that they eat per day.
Yeah,
The
that's
way
what
this
I'm, yeah.
the way this kind of reads is that it's 1,000 dietary calories for 3,300 milligrams, but let's just start with the 3,300 milligrams. And so we're trying to go to pounds. So this is milligrams per 1 day. So we're trying to go to pounds per year. And this again means we got to go back to that conversion sheet, which we haven't had a ton of success with, but we want pounds to grams if we can. We don't have that exactly, but we can go. Um, there are milligrams to grams. There's 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. And then we can go kilograms to, sorry, grams to kilograms. There are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. And then we can go, there are 0.45 kilograms in 1 pound. So that will get us to pounds from the milligrams. And then we know that there are, so milligrams cancels milligrams, grams and grams, kilograms and kilograms. That's pounds. Now per year, we know that there are 365 days in 1 year. So days cancel days, and there's your year. So 3,300 times 365 divided by 1,000, 1,000, and 0.45. I mean, just looking at this, I don't see how you're going to get to that number, but that is what the math says. So the reason the reason we're probably off is that, like I said, it's probably 3,300 milligrams for every 1,000 dietary calories. And like a male, just kind of like what I know is around maybe 2,500. But
Yeah, it
having
was
said that,
like 200 calories.
yeah, this is 2.7 pounds per year or 2.6768. So that's correct. Um, you said there's another answer possibly?
That was, let me see if I still have it. Because we based thing. I want to say we got to 120 because that's what I have written right here, 120 pounds a year.
That's a
But
lot. I mean, if you just reasonableness, I
yeah,
mean,
that was a lot.
eating an entire
Yeah.
human worth of salt per year.
That would be so much.
Yeah.
Okay, well, awesome. So that is the answer then. That is correct.
I think that's good. I would be
Okay.
okay with that.
Okay, awesome. Well, then since we're done with that, then we can move on to the paper homework and then just start working on that one.
Okay, so the pictures you sent over,
Yes. I
all
sent
right.
those through text.
Yeah, I got those. They're uploaded here. There's a lot here. Do you want us to start at number one? Do you have certain ones you want to do? What would be best to help you?
Yeah. Let's probably just start at number one, I would assume. I haven't really gone over it yet.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right. All right. The population density of Tucson is this, and its area is this. What is the density? So the density is typically population per like area. Like there's no conversion here as far as I can tell. It's the population divided by the number of miles. Um, yeah, round to the nearest tenth. So you got a calculator handy, go ahead and give this a try.
405.6.
0.6. And it does need units, so it's people or people per mile squared. And units are important. They will
And we just divide these, right? Basically.
right. Number two is really similar. This might be good for you to try on your own, because it's exactly the same as the previous problem, just different numbers.
16,000, sorry, 167,319.3495,
Sounds good to
which
me.
would be 35.35 or
Nearest tenth, so one decimal place.
so point 0.3. So, or would it be point 0.4 if you round up the
Yeah, the
4?
five would round up.
Yeah. Okay, heard that.
All right, so for number three, there's a couple of ways to do this. Um, you really like when it says show work, you really want to, it really means show work that the instructor wants. So if you have a problem like this that you have from class, you'd want to do it the same way as the instructor. One way to do it is to diagonally multiply. And I'm not saying this is what your instructor wants, but is 3 times 91 equal to 90 times 4? And you will see that they are clearly not the same. The answer is no. So this is false. There is another way to do it where you actually get a numerical or decimal approximation to each. I don't know what again, like I'm guessing because I'm not in your class, but like this is 30, 91 divided by 4 is 22.75. And you can see that those clearly are not the same. It's kind of up to you how you do that.
I did that wrong. Wait, let me do that one more time, actually. Same with the next problem. Well,
Next one
not
we're
really the same.
next one we're solving, so we're going to be able to do it in a more direct way.
Would I do 290 times 12 and then divide that by 15?
I'd recommend diagonally multiplying. That's kind of the most
Yeah.
fail-safe way to do it.
Yeah,
290
yeah,
times 12 equals 15 times x, and then you would divide both sides by 15. I don't know if it works out evenly.
232.
It does. X equals 232. So this is showing your work. Even this up here is part of showing your work. Okay, the next few problems are more like the ones we were doing on the homework, kind of these conversion type stuff. All right, so it says, according to the directions on a bottle of concentrated floor cleaner for routine cleaning, half a cup of cleaner should be mixed with 1 gallon of warm water. How much cleaner should be mixed with 10.5 gallons of water? So you mentioned that earlier. You really do want to start with the gallons of water here. And then we know that you're mixing with for 1 gallon is 1/4 or 0.25 cleaner. And so you cancel those out and just multiply the tops here. 10.5 times 0.25. 2.5625 cups of cleaner. The units are super important here. Really, really, really necessary. Any questions on that? We don't have to do these in order. I mean, if you want to do, um, if you want to like move down the page or if you go to different, like you kind of have to tell me what you think would be best to help you. But I'm happy to do them in the order here.
Let me go through them really quickly. Yeah, I think we should just go in order for these.
Okay. Dave is making a scale model of a building. Every 50 feet of the actual building will be 2/3 inch on the model. How tall will the model be if the building is 1,237.5 feet? Again, you always start with a given piece of information. We know that you can go from feet to inches here where we're using the conversion. It's 50 feet is 2/3 of an inch like that. Feet cancel with feet. You're just left with inches. So just be careful here with how you maybe put this in the calculator. It does work out nicely. So give this one a try, please, and see what you come up with.
Is it 16.5?
I'm sorry, did you say 16.5?
Yeah, 16.5.
Yes.
Awesome.
There you go. Inches. All right. Number seven here.
So 90 calories over 12 minutes.
If you burn 90 calories for 12 minutes, how many calories do you burn per minute? So this one's not really conversion. It's just 90 calories over 12 minutes because you want your answer in calories per minute, which you already have right here. So you just divide 90 divided by 12.
Oh, it's just 90.
Looks like it's
Oh, 7.5.
7.5. Yeah, calories per minute. Number eight.
Would that be $612.50 over sorry, I'm getting another pencil right now. $17.5.
Uh, sounds right. I mean, I guess mine didn't calculate. All right, yeah, $17.50, $50 per hour there. All right. So nine's kind of that classic question where you go to the store and you're trying to decide, which one should I buy? If you haven't bought cereal in a while, it's really expensive now. And if you want to buy cereal and milk, it's like
Really?
$10.
Oh
So
my
it's like,
gosh.
yeah, it's like, what's going on? Um, whatever. I mean, you can't do anything about it. So you just
So,
there used to be you could get like, milk and cereal for like $3. Not even that long
oh
ago.
my gosh. That is so cheap.
Yeah. $3.49 for 18 ounces, or $3.89 for 24 ounces. Now, maybe your intuition tells you which one is cheaper, but you always want to kind of be on the lookout for, just being careful that you don't assume wrongly. 18 ounces for 349. It's always dollars on top. It's always dollars per something, dollars per something. And you'll find that the one on the right is the better value. But interestingly, studies show that if you buy more, you consume more. So even though it's a better value, call it the Costco fallacy, you end up eating more, which may be worse for you in the end. That's a side point though.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So the better
So,
value is the 24 ounce box. All right. This one's probably pretty intuitive. Oh no, it's not, because you got to do the full calculations. You have a choice of receiving a wage of $35,000 a year, 2480 a month, 650 per week, or 1650 per hour. Which pay choice would you make? Assume a 40-hour work week, 52 weeks of work per year. Okay. Let's start with this base one here. $16.5 per hour times 40 hours in 1 week times 52 weeks in 1 year. So that will give you the total for the year. So grab a calculator and let's see what that comes out to. All right, so that ends up being $34,320. Apologize for the dog. They're my mom's. She's staying with me because her
no,
AC is broken.
you're
They
all good.
they yell at anything that moves.
Literally, same with my dogs,
Yeah.
and they can't hear anything.
All right. So that's a better value so far. That's better than the 34,000 per year, but now we got to do the 650 per week. So 650 for a week times, and there are 52 weeks in 1 year. All right, so you got to multiply 650 times 52,
Is
and you end up,
33,800.
yeah, and that's not as good. So we're still better for the hourly. And then the last one is the 2840 a month.
Mm-hmm.
There are 12 months in 1 year. So if you multiply that 2840 times 12, you end up getting 34,080. So the weekly rate is, or the hourly rate is the best. It's the best.
Awesome.
All right, number 11, should get a couple more in here before we run out of time. All right, under normal conditions, 1.5 feet of snow will melt into 2 inches of water. After a monster snowstorm, there was 3.5 feet of snow. How many inches of water will there be when the snow melts? So 3.5 feet times 1.5 feet is 2 inches. Okay, so the feet cancel. Yeah, that's your conversion there. And multiply and then divide. So it should be a little more than 4 inches when we're all done. 4 point maybe 6, 7 inches of snow or of water, inches of water.
4.67, you said?
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at 12. Okay, travel industry reports that 4 out of every 35 people travel did so by air. If there are 210 students who are traveling for spring break, how many of them will fly? I think that really depends on where you're going. Okay, so uh, it's 4 out of 35 is the conversion. So your conversion is typically like something you're multiplying by
Mhm.
in this case. So I don't know what the rest of them do. I guess are, but
I guess I'll just stay home.
or they stay home. Yeah, there's the other option. You don't go anywhere. You
Right.
win the. All right, so it ends up being 24 students end up flying. Okay, there is a lot
Okay.
left here on this
Yeah.
page. I mean, if you're looking for like, when does this due, by the way?
This is due September 6th, which I believe is that Wednesday.
Oh, good. So
So
I've not, I haven't
I
put up my
will.
schedule for next week, but I will tonight after I'm done with my lessons. So I'll have
Okay.
times available for next week. They're just not there now if you're trying to
All right,
book,
awesome.
but I can
No,
send you a
you're totally fine.
text.
I'll be booking once they're yeah, if you could just send me or my mom a text message, we'll book like once they're up probably.
Excellent. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stop here for today. Good job doing 2 hours of math.